Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome into the Thursday Night TIMBP Live. I'm so happy to be back with everybody. How could you hear my mic? I didn't realize my mic was on. Huh. Well, I guess I'll have to fix that for next time. Yes, welcome in, everybody, to TIMBP Live here on this... Did I just fall over and knock down the mic? Something like that, I suppose. If you are new in, I'm Perry. I'm the host of This Is My Bourbon podcast. It was hot. It was indeed. Also, Andrew West, good to see you in here, my friend. Good to see you indeed. Sorry, Knox. Cats have been having a bit of a tiff this week. So I've had to mediate that the best that I can. But I'm the host of This Is My Bourbon podcast. If you're watching on the replay, thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate everybody who follows up, even if you all are not able to make it to the main live. It just means a lot that you would consider going back and watching it when you can. If you have not yet, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Episodes are starting to get uploaded here on the channel again. I've got a few backlogged that I need to get uploaded. So if that's how you primarily listen to the show, I apologize, but that will be fixed before too long. We have a super chat system here on the show known as Snuffy Chats in honor of our main man, our mascot, our best bud in arms, Mr. Snuffleupagus himself. And he gets to have a little drink every time that I do. Every time we have a chat. It's a super chat, Snuffy Chat. Yes, please mash that like button. I don't know why I have my headphone in still. I can't hear myself at all. So... Yeah, so that's it. PayPal, Venmo, and Square, or the Cash App. All of those links are available in the description below. And also you can find the links at the bottom of your screen. Whew. Happy to be here. Very happy to be here. It's been a long week. Just tiring. Work's been exhausting. But been... incredibly blessed over the past few days with just generosity and incredible bottles that folks have given my way or that I have been able to acquire. Just a couple. I mean, I haven't really been buying too much recently, but one that I actually really am excited about. And I got it for a bargain of a price. I couldn't pass it up. Excuse me. And that's the Heaven Hill 6-year bottled and bond wheated Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Part of me wants to how is that cutie pie? She's doing amazing. She's doing great. She's over at her grandparents' right now with my wife. And she's getting plenty of attention and love, and she's smiling a bunch like she was last week, and giving me she's just the best, man. She's just the best. Also, hello everybody who's in the chat. I haven't had a chance to say that yet. Lil, Donnie, who is our moderator for the evening. Donnie, thank you so much for being here. Daniel Kerber, hello Daniel. Tammy Brennicky, Clifton, Bourbon Bites. We're gonna hopefully go check out his show later on. And I think I might have missed a few. Brian Brennicky, I know you're in here. Don Nishida. Hello, Don. Andrew West, I already said hello to, but I'll say hello again. Hello to Andrew. I think that's it for now. Small crowd tonight. What's going up with that? Terrence Scott, happy Thursday to you as well, sir. I want to, part of me wants to start this episode out by reviewing the Wilderness Trail 6 year, and then getting into the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Shootout. I did the Shootout a little bit different this time. I'm doing 3 releases one release from each of the past 3 years. So C918, C919, and A120. So we'll I don't know. I Holidays with a Baby are pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah. Let me know, guys. Like, should I go ahead and review this up top? I'm going to eventually. Like, I need to eventually, and I have so many things that I need to get to. Like, should I go ahead and knock this out and then we do the ECBP? Like, let me know in the chat. Also, let me know what you guys are drinking tonight. Curious about that. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna pour this anyway. Thinking of cracking your Woodinville triple barrel you picked up last week. Dang, that thing must be dark. It must be really dark. Where's my phone, by the way? That's the only way I know if we have snuffy chats. If I'm not warmed up, it may be a good idea. The heck? What did I do with my phone? Maybe I knocked it over when I was moving the mic. Oh, there it is. In the natural place on top of an E.H. Taylor tube. Knock it out. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So, we are going to review, to get things started off, the Wilderness Trail 6-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, bottled in bond. 100 proof, of course. Really excited about this. I found it online from a group for way under what it costs. The guy was just trying to move it, and I was like, I can't pass up on this. And so I shot him 50 bills, and someone called me. I found my phone now, but I had to go for it. Normally, I think retail is $75. So, I mean, that's at like 2/3 of the price. That's a 33% discount. It's awesome. How can I say no to that? I've not had this before either. Like, ever since it got announced earlier in the year, I hadn't had the opportunity to get it or try it or anything. So I'm going into this one fairly blind. I truly don't know what this is going to turn out to be like. I've heard good things, but I want to have my own opinion. Luckily, I don't know really any of the tasting notes or anything. So let's get into the nose, shall we? That is Char City. Lots of char, for sure, on the nose. Kind of some candy corn, too. It's definitely the bigger brother of the 4-year bottled in bond. I'll give him that. I mean, like, it's much more bold and robust on the nose. Light caramel, a little bit of greenery. Some butterscotch for sure up front as well. I like the nose. I like the nose a lot. It seems like it's, I don't know. I mean, it is 6 years old, so it's not going to be like out of this world, overly aged, overly charred, anything. I mean, duh. Of course, it's going to taste younger than a 12-year-old would. 12-year-old bourbon, by the way. I want to clarify that. Anyway, let's find out what it tastes like. Cheers to everybody. Clink. I'm real good at my job. Nope. Guess my ringer's on. Oh, that's cute. I don't know. This is different. I'm getting like a cherry cough drop with some cream. The char is not as present as it was on the nose. I don't know about that. It's not. I needed that second sip so I could get a little bit more of the depth to it. Yeah, up front is where all of the characteristics of bourbon that you would expect to be come through. The oakiness, the caramel, the vanillas. Surprisingly, there's a lot of spice on this one, especially middle to back of palate. And that finish is where the finish is where it starts to get kind of that cherry cough drop flavor to it. And it's not bad, but it's not great either. Don Nishida with the first Snuffy chat of the night. Let's give Mr. Snuffy just a little pour. He did say one for Snuffy. Hashtag Snuffy chats. Also hashtag Snuffy squad. Here you go, brother. Talking to a stuffed animal. But you know what? That's 2020 for you. Snuffy. Cheers. Yeah, it's good. I'm happy I have this, I will say. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to it when it opens up. I imagine that it needs some time. Also, hello, Swan. Eric Smith! Eric and I were geeking out earlier over all the Star Wars news that came out tonight. Good stuff. If you're a Star Wars geek, get on it. Clifton wants to go on a Swan venture. I've only been on a couple, and they're a riot. They're a time and a half. Swan's a good adventure partner to have, a good adventure buddy, because he's always down for anything. So I guess I'm gonna review. Yeah, I should probably give this a full review. Nose. I think the nose is probably one of the strongest points of it. I'm going to give it a 3.5. Like I said, it's more robust than the 4-year Bottled and Bond Wheated is. It's not my favorite, but I still think that it's got a lot to it. And I am excited to see what happens to it once it opens up. It's an imaginary friend that's not imaginary. Talking to him is okay. If he talks back, watch out. Fair enough. That just means I've had too much bourbon. But anyway, I can't wait for the Hocus Pocus sequel to come out. It's my favorite movie of all time. He says unironically. Holy smokes, man. Bunch of Marvel movies getting announced, too. Dang it. $70 in Ohio. I mean, like I said at the top of the review, I've found it in a Facebook group for like $50. And I got it because I needed to review it. And I needed to have it before the end of the year as well, so that I knew where it needed to go on my best of list. Oh, that's cute. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy I've tried this. Finish. Oh, I didn't give a palate, did I? Palate's a Palate's a 2.5. Yeah, and the finish is weak. It's good, but it just needs more to it. 2. $75 a bottle. It's great to have for a collection, but I wouldn't be racing to get this one, I would say. Travis Gens is in town. I'm going to go see Travis tomorrow. We're picking a barrel at Buffalo Trace. Really excited. Can we do the Woodford sample tonight? Just save you a few drops. No, I think we should save that for next week's episode, Swan. There's our topic. We're going to review a special sample of Woodford Reserve. Let y'all figure that one out. But price, MSRP 75. Cool that it's a limited release. Cool that they're doing something new. For 2 extra years where you can get the 4-year bottle and bond anywhere from like $35 to $40. I don't entirely know if the extra 2 years have done what I would like for it to do. But again, I'm going to give it time. I'm going to try to give it a benefit of the doubt. Yeah. Price is a 2.5. So, what's that put me at? 10.5? 10.5 out of 20? Not a great score. I'll be honest, it's not the score I wanted to give it. I wanted to absolutely adore this bourbon. I wanted to just fall in love with it and want to drink it all the time and share it all the time. But it is a fresh crack. I did just open it, so it could just very well need time. So I'm gonna give it that. Maybe we'll revisit it next week. By the way, next week's going to be our last stream, maybe of the year, before the holidays get a kicking. So be on the lookout for that. Got to figure out something special to do. Maybe some holiday cheer. Oh, you know, it'd be great. We could do a big community live stream. Let's do that. It's only a neck pour. It might get better. I agree. So, like I said, we'll come back to it, and we'll see what we can do. Woodford's. Am I going to drink it through a straw? I could try drinking it through a straw. It's the most ridiculous thing in the entire world. Just can y'all tell that nothing's changed since I started wearing hats more? I'm constantly playing with my hair if it's not under a hat. All right. 20 minutes in, I'd say it's time to drink some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. If that's okay. I don't know if you guys are going to be okay with it. I'm okay with it. Because I love Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. But we're going to have some bourbon here tonight. I'm a little excited about it. What did I say? C918? Yeah. Starting out. And I'll go left to right. If anybody wants to play along at home. C918, C919, and A120. Hello, Robot Scott. Good to see you, my dude. Swan stamp of approval. Daniel says, I guess I'm going to have to pour some ECBP too. I don't see why not. You know, everybody does Robot the Scott. Don't cancel me. Everybody does Elijah Craig barrel-proof shootouts. It's just fun. Marvel Cinematic Universe is getting the Fantastic Four. I'm so excited. Oh, man. So, gonna grab some C920 just to be different. There you go. B520. What up there? I'll throw the A120 bottle up for the display. There we go. Contender for best of 2020 there. So, I haven't decided yet. I'm working on it. So, we'll see. Clifton would do ECBP with me, but he doesn't want to get plastered before his stream. It's all good, man. I get you. I get you. Makes sense. So just going through the noses. You know, I could have sworn that was a blink, Aaron, and it wasn't. It definitely just looked like I was about to drink through my nose. They're all really pretty similar on the nose. B520 or A120, which one should I pour? Both is definitely the answer. This is like splitting hairs. Why did I do this to myself? I think on the nose I might have to edge A120 to the top. And if not A120, maybe the C919. Just not... The C918 is just not kind of doing it for me tonight, which is bizarre. But it is what it is. I only had a batch at the beginning of the year. Remember, it was a tad hot but rich. I gave it just a phenomenal score at the beginning of the year. I think I gave it like an 18 out of 20 or something. I'd have to go back and listen to that episode. Also, everybody else go back and listen to that episode. It was from the beginning of the year. I can't remember what the episode number was. I guess it was about... Probably about 110, 114, something like that. So, bring some toasted barrel cast strength tomorrow. My guy. It's my guy right there. Swan and I are recording tomorrow. We're trying to get a head start on it. Jeez Louise. All right, enough sniffing my bourbon. I want to drink it. Man, I love C918 so much. Oh. The finish, though. Like heaven. Dang it, that's so good. Chris, our Aussie buddy all the way from down under. Great to see you as well, my friend. Cheers to you. You've had a heck of a week, man. And I don't envy you. I had to go through about the same a couple weeks ago. So, been thinking about you a lot. It's been a tough week, man. It's just been a tough week for everybody, I feel. But, you know, especially Chris. Especially Chris. Whew, that was a little hot. It's good. Poured some C920. It may be sleepy time soon. Brian, I'll allow it. Hey, you're welcome, Chris. Cheers to you, buddy. I am really excited to try that Nulu tomorrow, Swanee. Ooh, almost spilled some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, one of the cardinal sins of drinking bourbon. Cheers to you, Z-Man. Good to see you in here, man. Should I say Z-Man? Gotta do the arm sniff. Yeah, I think the nose now is going to C918 at this point in time. Man, it is just so... C918 is just one of my favorite things ever. Toasted s'more stud? I'm sure that's exactly what you meant to say, Swan. Whew! Dang it! C919 is hot. 136.8 proof. If that don't cure coronavirus, I don't know what will. Whew! Big 5 proof point jump from the C918 to the C919. 6.8, 136.6. Yeah. So, all about the same. Poured some Stag Junior Batch 1 and Pappy 15 night after your mom's funeral to toast her. Good for you guys. And some George C. Stag 2011. I don't think I've had anything earlier than maybe 2017. I think that's right. I think that sounds right. I bet that's delicious, though. 2011 Stag. Chef's kiss. Whew. Words of the wise, don't drink Elijah Craig Barrel Proof too quickly. And you probably knew that already, but just in case. Brian, with the next Snuffy Chat, he said, let's get those Snuffy Chats going. Cheers, Perry. Cheers to you as well, Chris. Sorry, Snuffy buddy, you can't handle the Barrel Proof right now. Maybe later. Yeah, get some Snuffy Chats going, y'all. I got a baby to pay for. I got diapers that got to be bought. Oh, Chris, that's so kind of you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Second sip was better. Took away a lot of the heat. But it's so sharp. It just doesn't have the complexity that C918 does. I think C918 is just a lot more balanced, a lot more depth to it. The finish is just not there either with the C919. So I don't know. I kind of remember having those same feelings about C919 at the end of last year when we reviewed it for the show. Just not being overly impressed with it. It was too spicy, too hot, too sharp. Sharp is the best way I can describe it. And when I say that, I mean like the spice is just, it's overwhelming. The heat is overwhelming to where there's not anything that I can kind of do to enjoy what else might be on the flavor profile. And it feels like I burnt my tongue. Like I took a sip of coffee that was too hot. I sipped it too quick. And I burned my mouth, or ate food that was too hot, or hotter than it needed to be for me to eat it. But yeah, it's a difficult drinker, which is not something that you want. You want it to be enjoyable. You want to have some sense of, quality behind it, and like you want to go back for another drink, and I don't not want to go back for another drink. It's just I would rather drink another Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or a different barrel proof bourbon altogether. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite. Pizza obtained. Brian found an extra bottle of C918 today in his cabinet. Really happy for you, man. That's amazing. Ooh, lamb roast. You know what? I found out, Chris, the other day, I didn't realize how far north Darwin was in Australia. I thought it was more... I don't know. I guess I thought it was closer to you guys, closer to Brisbane than it was Perth. Really, I don't know why I thought that. I don't know. I thought it was more northeast than it was northwest. So, enough about Australian geography. Let's drink some bourbon. Oh, cherrywood smoked lamb roast. That sounds pretty awesome. Can you save me some of that? Can you save me a sample of your cherrywood smoked lamb roast and then bring it overseas on an airplane a year later? Please. That's the great thing about bourbon. Bourbon keeps. Food, it's great to... I love sharing food with people. Sharing food with people is one of my favorite things in the world. But, like, you can't... Like, I don't want to share leftover... I don't know, like just like a leftover green bean casserole with somebody. I want to share fresh food with them. But bourbon you can open and you can be like, oh, this is amazing. And you just want to hold on to it and you want to share it with other people. It's the beauty of the whiskey, of the bourbon. The beauty of the bourbon. Got a catch in my back, sorry. I'm going to scoot my chair around just a little bit. Or don't. I think don't is probably the better choice there, Tammy. I think we've come to that conclusion. All right, let's get into some A120. This is the true test for me of whether I should be food is fleeting, bourbon is forever. So are the Four Horsemen. Eric Smith, if you're still in here, that one was for you. And Dad, I haven't seen Dad in here yet either. Where's he? Where's old Papa Bear? Papa Ritter. Mash that like button indeed. Mash that like button. Get them snuffy chats rolling. Please, I really appreciate those. They help me out a lot. It's a great supplement of income throughout the week. And, I got to pay off my old Mafia debt as well. They're coming for me. They're going to break my kneecaps. Sorry, Jason, if you're in here. I didn't mean to offend you. Feed me and I like you. Give me bourbon and I love you. That needs to go on a shirt, Robot Scott. If I have your permission, I would like to put that on a shirt. Please. Or a poster or something. Like something kind of in the same style as like those cheesy, almost like Eat, Pray, Love style posters that you see in people's houses. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody by saying this, but or posters or like the block letters or whatever. But you know what I mean. A120. A120. I'm very tired. From you to me. Thanks, Robot Scott. Oh, A120. I think I can go ahead and eliminate C919. I think, and I know this is only the first round through, but revisiting it, I'm having those same feelings and those same thoughts that I was back when I first had it. And if that's anything to go off of, I just don't like it as much as the other ones. So I'll come back to it. But as of right now, it's the last one. So A120 though is killer, and I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a difficult time, I think, deciding between the A120 and the C918. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep doing that for the rest of the Heaven Hill barrel proof releases. Fred, A121, A122. It's dumb. Nobody else is gonna find that as funny as I do. That's the problem. My humor is usually like, I don't know. It's very specific. It's very specific. That is just so exciting. The Fantastic Four movie. Oh, cannot wait. Brian said, I'm not shocked by that at all. C919 is just not my jam. You know, let's go back to C919 because I am curious. Now that my experience has been colored by the experience of the experience. You try to drink barrel proof and talk. No. C919, you've been voted off the island. You're the weakest link. You're fired. Gotta stop reading Travis's text messages. It's ridiculous. Really excited. Tomorrow's only my third barrel pick I'll have gone on all year. Oh, Loki 2? Man, I cannot wait. As soon as I get done with my stream, I'm just gonna watch all of these Marvel and Star Wars trailers that are dropping. So, legitimately don't know what I was saying. Legitimately do not know what I was just saying. So, let's get down to the nitty gritty. It's down to, out of 3, 2 samples. One is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C918. The other one's the A120. So, Brian was a fan of the B batches for 19 and 20. I don't disagree. But last year's ECBP releases were just kind of meh all over, though, or all around. Like, nothing really stood out from what I remember. B520 this year was great. I think this is the best year for Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that I remember. I mean, in my experience, I think it's the most solid year for it. So, it is what it is. All right. C918. A120. We'll go lower proof first. Just because. Sorry if y'all can hear the heater in the background. Since I'm out here so much, I needed to get a heater for work. I guess not that matters after tomorrow, but the contract for the job I'm working ends tomorrow. So, little bit stressed out. B520 beats C918 for you in a blind. Wow. I'll be honest. I'd be surprised if A120 doesn't beat C918. Man. C918 just has this depth and this complexity to it that every time I go back to it, it's like reminding me why I just love bourbon. And same with Booker's too, man. I just Booker's is one of those where it's like, this is my home, this is my happy place. I'm gonna build my house under the Booker roof. Why did I say roof? Nobody says roof. It's roof. And I guess people up north say roof. This is the South, dadgummit. We say roof. No, we don't. We say roof. All right, A120. Don't tell my 4 bottles, backup bottles of C918 that, though. Well, if they get upset with you and need a safe home, give them my address. I know a place where they'll be loved and kept warm and appreciated. That's your problem, Clifton. You just don't appreciate C918 enough. What are you doing? Rough. Who says roof and who says roof? I'm curious now. Leave it in the chat. Do you say roof or roof? Because lots of people say roof. I'm not trying to roof shame anybody. Rough shame. I mean, you do you. It's your dialect. It's your accent. But I say roof. As God intended it. I'm just kidding. Keep them locked up in the dark place. They can't escape even if they wanted to. This got dark real quick. I shouldn't, yeah. Dogs say roof. Roof, oof. Really engaging the chat here. Roof, we don't say rough up north. Oh. You're not that far north, though. You could be further north. North. Woo, buddy. Roof. That's roof. Oh, that is still roof. Oh, whistle pig blending. That sounds fun. Clifton, I hope I get to tune in for that. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. All right. I made my decision. Pecan. Brian Allred. Brian Allred's here? What the heck? Brian, it's been forever. I hope you're well, man. It's good to see you in here. Everybody give a big welcome to Brian Allred. One of the kindest guys you're ever going to meet. Some in Hawaii say birthday, like happy birthday. That's amazing. There's, people have dialects. People have their own way of saying things. It's part of culture. It's part of diversity. It's part of what makes us unique and awesome as a species. So, didn't even recognize him. Am I good, bro? Brian Allred. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm great. I'm very happy to see you. It's so cool. Is he a ghost? Oh, don't ask that. That's sad. That's sad. I don't think Brian's been here since I moved studios, nor since definitely not since Baby Bear was born. So, yeah. I'm a dad, Brian. I don't know if you knew that now. I got a wee babe. A wee babe. All right, so to my decision. It was tough. One was clearly not going to be the winner. But going back and forth between two of my favorite Elijah Craig barrel proof releases of all time. there was a distinct winner and a distinct second placer. The loser, of course, in third place being C919. Second place goes to A120. C918 remains the top dog in the Elijah Craig kingdom for me. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, just very happy to see you, Brian. Very, very happy to see you. So, yeah, C918. Probably not a surprise to many folks. You guys know how much I love some C918. So, there it is. A120 was close, though, man. A120 was really close. C919 has just always been a big swing and a miss for me. I don't think that they nailed that one at all. So, tell you what I'm going to do now. Let's try all three of them together. Because that's what I do on the show. After having had a few. A120, C918, B520. Where'd the B520 come? Oh, goodness. Oh, hey, it smells really good blended together. It was basically down to like equal parts of each. Maybe like a half an ounce of each. 0.75. I don't know for sure. I'm not very good at eyeballing. Still got a little bit of time left. All ECBP are winners in my book. The only losers are us when we can't find them. True that. True that, Clifton. I don't deny that one bit. So yeah, we got 12 minutes left now. I've got other stuff that I could drink and talk about. Do you guys want to do questions? Do you want to Will Henderson. Hello, Will. Good to see you, my man. Happy to have you in here. I bought more bottles of C918 than any other bourbon. Now I wish I had bought even more. I wish I had bought lots more. Hit that like button, please. Oh, dry since Thanksgiving. Oh. Hope you guys are doing well, Brian. Hang in there, man. Tony Bag of Donuts, he says, I'm shocked. Love the Riffmas. It's really good. It's really, really good. I'm a big fan of it. Plenty of time for Snuffy Chats indeed. Please, if you guys can donate to the show, all the links are down below and at the bottom of the screen. Don, did I try the sample pack you sent? Not yet. Swan and I are going to be doing that probably in the next couple of weeks. We have so much stuff we have to wrap up before the end of the year that I want to give it its due diligence and give it plenty of time to be appropriately consumed. But I promise I haven't forgotten about it. My samples are over there. Swan, I have Swan samples here as well too. But yeah. Will just got his kids to bed. Ready to party indeed. My kid's not here right now. I wish she were. I'd love to see my kid right now. How about I do this? You know what? My palate's probably pretty shot from all the barrel proofers. I mean, this one's still high proof. I can give some thoughts. I won't give a full review. But three-chord whiskey drummer. Guys at 3 Chords sent me a full bottle. Was not expecting it. They sent everybody else samples. I was very, very surprised. If you guys haven't listened to the episode with Neil Giraldo yet, please go do that. We've kind of lost a fair bit of downloads recently, and it kind of started with the Neil episode. So go check it out. It was really good. It was a really great interview that I got to do with him. It's Pat Benatar's husband. So, yeah. All right, Oh, man, there's too much Marvel news rolling in. I got to stop looking at my phone. I'll look at my phone if there's snuffy chats. We got less than 10 minutes for the rest of them. But, yeah, I'm going to try some Whiskey Drummer. Papa Ritter. It's a little late, but that's okay. I started doing them earlier. Didn't stop buying, though. Maisons Blanton's. Big bottle. Wife saw the bill. Not a good call. That's okay. It was an awesome interview. Thank you. Thank you. Donnie said he loved the Neil interview. Dad loved the Neil interview, too. He called me yesterday to tell me about it. Was that yesterday? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Whiskey Drummer's good, man. It's really, really solid. It's expensive. It ain't cheap, but it's got a lot going for it. It's probably, I think it's the most expensive bottle I own right now. I'm almost certain. Zopher 1920. Hello, Zopher. It was yesterday. Okay. The days have just been running together this week. But he said top 3 shows. That's cool. That's cool. Is it smooth? No, Dad, I'm going to drink it all and you're not going to have any. Smooth like a glass of milk. Awesome. Looking forward to cracking the 12-bar reserve. Downloading a Pearl Jam show as we speak. Very cool. Dad's a big Pearl Jam guy. I don't know if you guys have ever known that about him. But is that a fuzzy newt on the shelf behind me? No, this is Snuffleupagus. He's our resident mascot. Snuffy. That's where Snuffy Chats came from, Brian. It was a very fun hangout that we had where we were just smooth as a baby's butt. What are we talking about? We had a hangout where we just started talking about Sesame Street characters. You're surprised they didn't name me Jeremy. Kind of close. Somewhat close. So. Man. Do you guys follow Lloyd Christmas on Twitter? Not the character from Dumb and Dumber, but what's he called? He's describes himself as like, it's something like hot takes about the bourbon industry. He's so intense and so rough. Lots of nonsense on that hangout. It was great. It was great. It was a good time indeed. But he's just like, it is good to see everyone in here. Adam, it's good to see you in here as well. It's good to see Adam Terry. It's my buddy. Here's a question. for those of you who know who Lloyd Christmas is on Twitter, and it wouldn't take you very long to kind of scroll through his Twitter feed, but is he fair or is he too harsh? Let me know. And that might be the last question that we have here before we wrap it up. But hello, Tim Evans. Cheers to you as well, my friend. Good to see you. Man, Whiskey Drummer's good. Oh, that's just good stuff. It doesn't drink like it's proof. Nothing as smooth as a Pear Bear hug. Snuffy, oh my fave, I'd start drinking again for a Sesame Street chat. That's funny. Maybe Brian, next hangout that we do, and it might be a bit, but good episode this week, Perry. Those TMIW guys are fun. They are a lot of fun. I freaking love those guys. Harsh but fair, in your opinion. Yeah. Yeah, so Tell Me I'm Wrong. Great group of guys. Really fun podcast that they do, too. And that episode that we did this week, I just enjoyed the heck out of it. Man, just enjoyed it so much. We had a great time recording it. We had a great time talking about what was going to happen in the future, too. I was on an episode. I think I mentioned it on this week's episode of TIMBP, but I was on an episode of Tell Me I'm Wrong about 10 weeks back, right before Eden was born. So you should go check that out. I was the moderator for a conversation on bizarre bourbon cocktails. It's good stuff. He's pretty harsh from what I heard on the show. I heard him on. Fair, though. Yeah, I think that was an episode of Bourbon Pursuit that he was on. I think what I'm like, I get wanting to be, yearning for transparency. I guess I understand wanting people to be more honest and more forthright with their processes and the way that they create stuff and the way that they market their product, and also the way that they present themselves in public. I get all of that. But I just can't get staying angry all the time. And like that's the vibe I get from him, is that he's just mad constantly and always finding new things to pick on and pick about. And again, I get it. I know that, people have their opinions and they want transparency and they want everybody to, they want a better industry. They want a better economy kind of. It's probably just Rarebird's mean alter ego. If that's Dave Jennings and his alter ego, I would absolutely flip my lid. I would die laughing at that, because Dave's such a sweet, sweet guy. And I'm like, if this is how he's trying to unload some of his anger and frustration, that is just perfect. Absolutely just perfect. Oh, still not enough likes. It's a big deal. It is a big deal. It helps us. It lets people shows people that you guys enjoy this stuff. And also, it's 9:00, but I feel like I want to keep going. I hate to run over top of Rock Gut Review. I definitely want to go hang out with him for a little bit too here in a bit, but he's probably the most chill guy in the works. Yeah. No, he's super chill. He really is. Yeah, we could do a little bit of overtime though. I'm here for it. Also, thanks Barry for helping with that. Absolutely. Happy to get that to you, Fred. Yeah, if we can get some snuffy chats going, I'd definitely go for a little bit of overtime. I haven't done overtime since the pre. Why do you get no notifications? You're here, Emily. That's all that matters. Oh, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, man. Great seeing you in here. Hope to see you again soon. Really, I do. Papa Ritter's tapping out. Love to all. Love to you too, Daddy-O. Daddy-O? Dad. I've had too much barrel-proof bourbon. At least I've done my part to fight the COVID. Is that why it weighs like it's full of bricks? There's... Oh, I can't remember how many Riffmas bottles you got. But there were the 2 I picked up from the distillery. Was it 2 or 3 I picked up from the distillery? I think it was 3. I think it was the 2 Maltsters and the Riff Balboa Rye. Yeah, come hit it. Come hit that like button. When are we busting into those samples you sent? We're trying to figure out how exactly to do this, Adam. Like, you sent so many. You sent so many that we're trying to figure out what the best way to go about it is. Like, do we do them all in an episode? I mean, like, not all the samples, but like, do we do per 6 once in one episode and then like keep going, you know, every episode after, or like once a month for 6 months, or what? Daddy from the Barry from the 1950s. Yeah. Tony, I'm new to the live stream, but longtime podcast listener. Is this where you record the podcast? No, this is the room where I record the podcast, but I don't do it on, I don't record it on live streams. The live streams are separate from recording sessions. Blind Flight, everything's actually blind. I don't know what the samples are that Adam gave us, Will. Also, speaking of Will, he sent in a Snuffy chat. He says cheers, I say cheers. Snuffy says cheers, I say drink. But yeah, this is the space where we record. But Thursday night live streams are just a fun thing that I do separate from the podcast and separate from recording and everything. I don't like to double up on content, like, you know, doing an episode, like recording a podcast during a live stream. It's not my favorite thing to do. But like sometimes it's necessary. Like there was one night that we recorded a bonus episode for a live stream. I've streamed recordings before. But like I view the podcast as kind of sacred in a way. Like that's my thing. And this is just a supplemental thing, if that makes sense. And I love doing live streams. Live streams are actually, I look forward to them just as much as I do recording podcasts. And it's kind of my time to not be as serious and let loose a little bit and whatnot. And you can tell that because I've been drinking so much barrel-proof bourbon. But live streams are just, I've enjoyed doing them ever since I started doing it. I started doing them on Instagram like back at the beginning of 2018. And then I was like, YouTube's better. I gotta move to YouTube. I like YouTube better. And an occasional behind the scenes recording for patrons is fun. It is fun. Yeah, I do like doing that for Patreon. I think that's kind of where some of that stuff would go. And I'm actually going to be uploading the panel that I did for Repeal Day to Patreon as well. I haven't been able to I haven't been able to upload it yet, but the Repeal Day Expo that I did for Fred Minnick, I have that video recorded, of course, and I just have to trim it up a little bit and pop it on YouTube, and then I'm going to post it on Patreon. The samples are all categorized, so you could easily do one set of 6 per episode. I'd do it that way, or at least do the odd ones, Irish, Armagnac, etc. at the same time. Fair enough. Someone said, wait, we're supposed to be serious on the podcast? Okay, fair enough. We're not always that serious. That's great. It just gives me a mental picture of the scene I already made up in my head. Yeah, well, this is where I sit. This is my garage. This is my bar behind you. I've never really done a studio tour, and I need to do like an official one. This is my bar. My laptop charger just fell out. That is a painting of the Willet distillery that my stepmother-in-law, Lucy's stepmother, gave me. Over here on the right is I wish I could zoom in. That's a bourbon tap, which I got from Lucy's dad. Very cool. The rest of the garage is very messy. Like this was, of course, where we kind of stored stuff before I came out here for a studio / office space. Also, I think I missed a snuffy. I did miss a snuffy chat from Lil from Australia. Cheers, Lil. Whiskey Drummer solid. Tony, just Google Lake. I could send you, like, it's the most uninspiring space. Like, it's not very conducive to creativity, I would say. But this is also where I've done all of the last call. Yes, Lil, I'm sorry, I just got to your snuffy chat. I apologize. I was on a tangent. It happens with me, you know. But this is where I've done all of the last call episodes. So I mean, like, I guess in some way I am still finding room to be creative and enjoying that. But you know, I want to be able to take the time to organize this space a little better and make it more inviting and give it a more studio-esque feel, because it's not super soundproof by any means. I mean, there's a freaking garage door right there. Of your collection, what should you have a finger of? Perry drinks one more with me. I'm down for that, Brian. I am 100% down for that. Looking at what I've got nearby. I could do some barrel. Booker's Rye. I am in the Last Call Lounge. This is where I record. Again, this is where I record the regular podcast, but the Last Call Lounge is recorded out here as well. It's goofy stuff. If you guys don't know what the Last Call Lounge is, go join the Patreon, please. That's A, yes, please join the Patreon, but B, if you want to get that Last Call Lounge goofiness, there's a good number backlogged over there, and it's just ridiculous. One of my favorite ones, and this kind of paints a picture for how those episodes go, and it's only for Patreon too. We always go to a bar, and there's always background music and a different bartender every week. And like one week was a big Aussie bloke with a real thick Australian accent, and it was tuned way down. So it came out like this. That wasn't the best that I can do with an Aussie accent, but I've had a few, so I don't want to get into it. But one of my favorite ones was Swan and I go to a bar, go to the Last Call Lounge, and we walk in, and we're like, is that ZZ Top? And it's it's just the beginning of La Grange. If you know that song, you know that like there's an intro portion where it's basically just a light guitar riff and some drums. They're just like clacking on the drums, and then there's like a big fill, and it goes into the rest of the song. Well, I edited it so that it sounded like all you were getting was the intro. So everything from minute 0 up until when the drum fill kicks in to go into the rest of the song, and it just loops like that for 20 minutes. And it exactly, Swan. The loop in the back is the funniest freaking thing. Let me see if I can pull up, because I sent a recording of it to Swan. So it's that. It's the best. But that's the music for the night. Is just it on loop in the background, and I just proper Aussie accent. You have to have a few drinks in you. Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe I can do a pretty good one sober. I would do a better one sober than I would after having had a few drinks. And the Perry laugh. Yeah. I was just so proud of that moment. I can't get over it. I had so much fun making those episodes. I think that's the most fun I've gotten to have creatively with the podcast, is just being bizarre and over the top and ridiculous with the last call. And like, nobody gets to listen to it. Like, there aren't a lot of people who actually get to hear it. And like, maybe I should, put it out in a different capacity at some point. But I just like, I want it to be just for Patreon. I just want it to be special and whatnot. But it's so much fun. It's such a good time. So anyway, we're 15 minutes into extra innings, and Brian, still, we have not decided on what Brian and I are drinking together for the end. Brian, do you like Wild Turkey? I can't remember. It's been so long since we've talked about our preferences. I could go for some Wild Turkey Decades. Could we do that? I mean, like, if you want to do Booker's Rye, that's fine. But I'm feeling some Turkey Decades, which probably is really not going to respond well on my palate, considering how high a proof everything has been. But I'm gonna grab my Decades. I gotta get the stool. I'm too short. It's too tall. Oh, I have Decades. Yeah, I have Decades. Better than Chad's? Yeah, I mean, my accent work is way better than Chad's. I'll tell him I said that too. Makes you want to hang in the Last Call Lounge one day. It's a good time. You all love it. The bartenders are great. Bartenders are some of my favorite part. I need to do I need to do a female bartender at some point. Because I haven't had a female bartender yet. Decades on the tippy talk. That's what a kid calls TikTok. On the tippy top where it belongs. Oh, it's been so long since I've had decades. And I don't have much left in my bottle. Like, that's nothing. But I don't want to finish it tonight. No, I'm absolutely not going to finish it tonight. I probably shouldn't have poured as much of it as I did. But use your decades bottle to hold your turkey 101. That's good looking right there. That's a way to go about, making yourself look good. Oh, goodness. Glass poured? You volunteer as tribute. Yeah, sure. Oh, for the female bartender. Oh, sure. Why not? That would be hilarious, Tammy. I'm totally down for that. We've not had a guest in the last call lounge yet. I'll tell you about an abandoned last call lounge. I actually have two. There were two that I wanted to do. One just sounded sad and depressing. And the other one was so much work. Like, I got stressed out in the same way that I did with schoolwork, thinking about putting this last call together. So the one that I abandoned because it was sad was just me sitting alone at the lounge. And I was like, no, I wish Curtis or Swan were here. Sure is lonely at the last call lounge all by myself. And then like a parade of all the bartenders that I had came through and they were talking to me. And I would have done all the voices, of course. But by the end of it, it's just been like, oh, this isn't so bad. But like, it just sounded so depressing. And I just I couldn't muster it up to actually record it and put it out because it just was too much, man. Just too much. Wow. Black Panther 2 will not replace Chadwick Boseman. That's crazy. That's crazy. But so the other one that I abandoned was, it was with me and Curtis, and it was basically going to be a lost episode. You would have laughed. I'll release it. I'll release it eventually if I can find the time to record all the voices, because it was like, at that point, like 5 or 6 different bartenders that I would have had to record the voices for. I'll still put it out. But the other one was basically like Curtis and I got to. She was hitting on Swan. Oh, that's right. I did like Gail from Bob's Burgers. That's totally right. I forgot about that altogether. That was a fun one. You want him? Fine. I'll record him and put him out. But so anyway, the other one, it was with an episode that Curtis and I did together. And he had already moved to Cincinnati at that point, of course. And I was like, it'd be a lot of fun is if we show up to the last call lounge and it actually looks like we're about to go into Bob's Burgers, like the restaurant Bob's Burgers from the show. And I had this whole plan to record all the voices, like do Bob and Linda and the kids, and I had this whole storyline in my head that I wanted to craft, and like like I said, I'll do it. I need to actually write this one out. Drink my drink, sorry. That's fantastic stuff. But like I had the whole story scripted in my head, and I really do need to probably write it out so that I can actually get a better sense of what the story should be, or how it should flow, because I wanted. Like I said, I had like a whole idea for how it was going to look and how it was going to sound, and it was just a lot that I had to get done within that week, and like it was going to be my magnum opus. But I'll do it. I'll wind up doing it for sure. Decades is amazing though. Decades is amazing. Hey, we've gone 20 minutes over. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I don't want to keep anybody any longer, especially if we're all going to go hang out with the Rock Gut review and Clifton as well when the time comes. But I just wanted to say thank you all so much for being here for another TIMBP Live. If you have not yet, please subscribe to the channel. Go and follow us on your favorite podcatcher app, wherever you listen to podcasts. That's where you can find the show. This is My Bourbon Podcast. I almost said This is My Bourbon Shop. If you have not yet, please become a patron of the show as well. Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as $1 a month. $5 a month is where you can get the pregame chats and the last call that I was just talking about. And also, snuffy chats. I'll accept a daggum snuffy chat whenever. I don't care. Like, you're just thinking, hey, it's fine. It's whatever. But, been so long since you've had decades. It's delicious. It is pretty delicious. I'm going to go drink some more. I'm going to go watch the guys over at Rock Gut review the guy and lady. And then hopefully, if I can make it that long, we'll head on over to Clifton's stream as well. But I'll see you all next week. At a big burp coming. I'll see you all next week for the next edition of TIMBP Live, but also for next week's episode. Until then, I'm Perry, and this is TIMBP Live. Bye, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you.